And it's so important to be able to recognize equivalent forms of functions that we're going to make sure everybody's on the same page with that. So to go from vertex form, which is y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, to standard form, the steps are to square the binomial, distribute your a, and then simplify. So if we square our binomial, get y equals, our negative 2 is still there, and x plus 3 squared, that's a square of a sum. So remember, if you don't remember the pattern, you can always expand and then FOIL. And if you do remember the pattern, you would know it's x squared plus 6x plus 9 minus 5. Because that minus 5 is right there. Okay, distribute a. So negative 2 gets multiplied by everything. And then simplifying, what we're talking about there is combining those like terms. Notice those two terms don't change. So this would be my final simplified to standard form from vertex form. Okay, so I want you to pause the video. I want you to try these three. Okay, check your answers. Maybe I've made some mistakes, so if that's the case, please let me know. But see if those are the answers you got. Okay. To go the other direction, to go from standard form to vertex form, you need to find the vertex and then use the same a value. So I already have my a, it's 18, so I know my final answer is going to be y equals 18 parentheses something. We got to find the vertex. So remember, to find the vertex, you have to find your axis of symmetry. That tells me the x value. So x equals negative b over 2a. So in this case, 12 over 2 times 18. That equals 12 over 36, which is 1/3. So my x value is 1/3. So I know it's going to be x minus 1/3. But how, squared. How do I find the y value? Well, we plug it in. So 18 times 1/3 squared minus 12 times 1/3 plus 7. That's going to give me my y value. 1/3 squared is 1/9, because 1/3 times 1/3. 1/9 of 18 2 minus 1/3 of 12, 4 plus 7, so 9 minus 4 is 5. So my y value is 5. Okay, so this one I feel like is a little more intricate. Pause the video, try these next three. Okay, checking 4 and 5, but let's go ahead and do 6 together. So finding the vertex, x equals negative b over 2a. That's negative 8 over 2 times 2. That's negative 8 divided by 4. So that's negative 2. Plug in negative 2 to get my y value. Let's see, 4 times 2 is 8, minus 16 plus 2 is negative 6. So I have my x value, or really I should say my h, my k, and my a, so y equals 2x minus negative 2 means x plus 2 squared minus 6. All right, so given the vertex and a value for a, which one would be easier to write in? Would it be easier to write in vertex form first or standard form? Well, I think vertex because they give you the vertex, right? So this is my value for h, this is k, this is a. So I'm just plugging it into my vertex form. What's my vertex form? Y equals a times x minus h squared plus k, which is at the top of the sheet as well. Okay. So y equals, my value for a is 3, x minus, my value for h is 6, squared, plus my value for k is 3. Now, what do we do to get to standard form? We square the binomial, distribute a, and simplify. So squaring the binomial, x squared minus 12x plus 36. Distribute the 3. I'm going to write that part over here. Minus 36x. And then that's the first two terms. The third term, 36 times 3, 108. So 108 plus 3 is 111. Okay. So that's a way that we would apply what we were just talking about. And you can try number 8 on your own sheet of paper. Go ahead and check your answer. Okay, now given the graph and the value of a, write the equation of the parabola in both vertex and standard form. So given the graph, you have to identify the vertex. So my vertex is at 0, 2. My vertex here is at 1, negative 1. And because, again, we're starting with the vertex, it might actually be really easy to write in vertex form and then into standard form. So here, my h value is 0, which makes for really easy life. Negative 2 is my a value. X minus 0 is just x, so x squared, and plus 2, because that's my value of k. Now this is actually the same in standard form, because there's no binomial to square. Okay. But over here, let's talk about this a little bit different. See how this value of a is 1/4? Well, if I go over 1, maybe I went up 1/4, maybe I didn't, I don't know. Normally, if I go over 2, 2 squared is 4, but in this case I went up 1. So that's where we're seeing that value of a. Instead of going up 4, I went up 1, and 1 is 1/4 of 4. So we can write our vertex form, y equals 1/4 x minus 1, my value of h, minus 1 for my value of k. Okay. Try putting that vertex form into standard form. If you got this, but you use decimals, of course that's fine. Y equals 0.25 x squared minus 0.5x minus 0.75. But fractions are probably preferable when we're talking about graphing. So on the back, it's just practice of exactly what's on the front. Vertex to standard. Standard to vertex. Given the vertex, write the function, and a, write the function in vertex and standard forms. And then, given standard, write in vertex, and then let's talk about transformations for the parent function. Okay, and identifying those key features.